Did you ever go to Camden when you were there, Camden Town?
Mm-mm.
There's a guy who's pretty well known. He's
Crack guy?
Well, that, but he's also a rockabilly guy, really super tall. He plays at the back of this fish and chips place in Camden, and he's like a local town
hero,
and he's good. He's really good. But he's a drug addict, and I ended up back at his place with some friends and then some new friends, and his place was
and then a third set of friends that might steal things from you.
Filthy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like this, but if all this stuff was messy and just chaotic, like Hoarders. It's like an episode of Hoarders.
Yeah.
Dirty bedsit in Camden, up like third floor of this like council flat or whatever, and there was literally a what do you call it? A fish tank with dirty dishes in it. Like a shitty art director came in and said, "Wait, put this in here," and we did crack.
Yeah.
And I'd never smoked crack before, and that's my preference is the upper stuff.
Yeah.
And I immediately like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing ever. This is amazing. I get it. I totally get it. And
I want more.
I want more immediately. I've never experienced that. Like, I want more. This is great.
Yeah.
There was no real come down. I didn't struggle with that at all, but I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I'd had plenty of speed before in different ways, and it was kind of like that, but times 10. And I loved it. And I was I was happy. I would happily sit and talk to fucking toothless idiots for 3 hours if I could just. I mean, every.
That's weird because you were never really a Coke guy when I knew you, but because that's what Coke will do to you too. Yeah,
but Coke it's different.
Yeah, it's not as
intense, and it's Coke's more annoying.
Right.
I have nothing against Coke. I don't
think Coke took anything personally.
Yeah. I just want I don't want to sound like I'm preaching like, oh, Coke's bullshit. I mean, Coke's fine. It's way overrated. It's overhyped. It's not that big a deal.
We understand your position on Coke.
Okay. But anyway.
Yeah. So you're talking to toothless idiots for hours. About their
and then we eventually ran out of crack, and he's like, oh, let's get some more, and I really wanted some more, but at this point it's like 5:30, 6 in the morning. I have a show to do. I swore many years ago, I swore to myself that I would never ever cancel a show because I was fucked up, and if I did that, then I've reached a turning point, and which meant that I was going to have to go do that show, and I was going to have to fucking struggle through it.
Yeah, sweating
and to teach myself a lesson. And I was a professional and blah blah. And I knew that if I stayed around, even though I wanted to, I really wanted to.
Yeah.
If I stayed around, that my life would change.
Right, you're at a crossroads.
I was literally at a figurative crossroads.
Yeah.
And I knew that. I would have canceled my show, and the whole run was sold out and everything. And the reason I canceled it was because I was smoking crack, and I don't ever want to become that person. I'm stronger than that. I'd always been stronger than that, and I left, and I did the show. I kind of probably got normal and sobered up around probably an hour before the show. Went home, slept as much as I could, and
God, that's the worst sleep.
Yeah, it was very fitful. It was also during this brutal summer that England was going through, and there was no ventilation in the studio in the flat I was staying in. It was really just ugly, and bad sweaty.
And your brain aches.
Yeah, but I did the show, and it was fine.
Yeah,
and I was back to normal.
No one knew the turmoil.
No one knew
that you were at a crossroads just hours before.
Yeah, and I so wanted to stay there, and I knew if I did that I would become that person, and so yeah, my record's still good, and I have not done crack since.
But so have you tempered your lifestyle a great deal? I noticed you had some tea and.
Well, for practical reasons, yeah. I mean, I don't. When I'm working, I don't indulge.
But what is your primary indulgence? Still booze, right?
It's whatever's there.
Yeah.
You know, it is and will be, I think, just for